There are two main benchmarking methods proposed in the 2017 IMF Quarterly National Accounts Manual: the proportional Denton method and the proportional Cholette-Dagum method. When an indicator is not available, the Boot-Phoebs-Lisman smoothing method is an option. The pro rata distribution method, however, is not recommended. Let's start by looking at the pro rata distribution method and why it's not recommended. The pro rata distribution method is a simple method of benchmarking and therefore used in some countries when setting up a compilation system for quarterly national accounts, or QNA, or for high-frequency indicators of economic activity, or HFIEAs. This method distributes the temporal discrepancies, that is, the differences between the annual sums of the indicator and the benchmark, in proportion to the value of the indicator in the 4 quarters or 12 months of each year. The pro rata approach produces unacceptable discontinuities from one year to the next, called the step problem, and therefore does not preserve movements in the indicator from the last period of 1 year to the first period of the next. Techniques that introduce breaks in the time series seriously hamper the usefulness of QNA or HFIEAs by distorting economic developments and possible turning points. They also cause problems for forecasting, seasonal adjustment, and trend analysis. To avoid the step problem, proportional benchmarking methods with movement preservation of indicators are recommended. The preferred solution to derive QNA and HFIEA series is the proportional Denton method that keeps the quarterly or monthly benchmark to indicator ratio, or BI ratio, as stable as possible, subject to the restrictions provided by the annual data. This helps to closely preserve the quarterly or monthly growth rates of the indicator. However, in extrapolation, the proportional Denton method may yield inaccurate results when the most recent annual BI ratios deviate from the historical BI average. This happens when the annual movement in the indicator diverges from the annual movement in the annual national accounts, or ANA, variable for the most recent years. An alternative to the proportional Denton method is the proportional Cholette-Dagum method with first-order autoregressive, or AR, error. This method can be used to obtain extrapolations adjusted for historical bias. When no quarterly or monthly indicator is available, the Boot-Phoebs-Lisman smoothing method provides a solution for benchmarking without the use of a related indicator. This method, however, should be avoided as much as possible, since in general the results will not reflect the short-term movements observed in the economy.